How are you guys doing? Well, 19 hours ago, I posted a video about Laco watches and asking about Laco watches customer service quality and sponsor reviews. So I did a video about that, and I posted 19 hours ago. And I navigated their site a little bit and talked about their watches. They've been in business since 1925, and they specialize pretty much in military pilots' watches and the actual real pilots' watches that are used by pilots. And it wasn't a matter of hours till I got a reply back, and this was part of the reply back. This is just part of the email where they show what I had sent to them. So my channel name's indicated satellite. The channel's email address, help to find stolen watch at yahoo.com. And the message I sent to Laco Watches: I would like to ask about Laco customer service quality. I was wondering if you do sponsor reviews through YouTube channels. This is their location here at the bottom. Right in Germany, of course. And they answered back. I'll just go up here to their answer back. Again, more of their information included. This is from the Laco watches, as you can see. And the answer back was, hello. Thank you for your email and interest in our watches. What do you mean exactly with the Laco customer service quality? Question mark. And yes, we do sometimes sponsor postings and reviews on YouTube. If you have further questions, please don't hesitate to contact me again. Just some other customer service people. So it's a good thing. Like, they were very prompt in answering, of course, and they were asking about more information on my questions. So I guess so far I'd have to say they have very good customer service. And as I said before, like, there's some of these watch companies I have wrote to and never even receive a reply of anything. And I write to them again and still never receive a reply. So I'd have to say that Laco watches have good customer service. And it's quite the thing, because I had wrote to Steinhardt watches, which are also located in Germany, and they had good customer service too. They replied promptly, and they offered to, if I had any more questions, to contact them. Now, the thing about sponsor reviews, I did a video about sponsor reviews and watch channels. And that was a week ago. It's called Watch Reviews, the first side of the coin, sponsored reviews. And I talked all about how channels will boost watches on their channels, but they're really sponsor reviews. So they're in contact with a watch company that manufactures watches, sell them, something like this one. And because there's lots just like these, like this is an example of one of them, but there's lots the same. Sell various kind of watches, like divers watches and micro brand watches. So they're in contact and they cooperate with the YouTube channel, and the YouTube channel will do sponsor reviews. And the thing is, how reliable are these sponsor reviews? How it's done is they're either lent a piece or gifted a piece, or all that plus including being paid. And I've heard that they could be paid something like $1,000 just to do a really good video. So they're basically, in some situations, they're shilling the brand and they're shilling the watch. So if you're a consumer, how reliable is this for you? You're basically getting an advertisement that's saying how great the watch is, but you could go ahead and get that watch, and what you believed all advertised about it may not really suit you in reality. So it's not really much different than watching an ad on television and seeing some advertising and buying a product based on advertising. So a sponsor review could be considered not a very reliable source to influence you to buy a watch or any other product, really. So it's interesting with these questions, which watch companies do sponsor reviews with YouTube channels. I didn't ask them if I wanted to do a sponsor review with them, I just wanted to find out if they did it, which I highly suspected they did anyway. With these channels, it's pretty easy to tell because with sponsor reviews, they're usually very well done video-wise. They have the macro shots. They have like fancy headers. It's just like almost like an advertisement you'd see on television, very much like that. But it's all done as a YouTube channel video, of course. So it's really not too hard to tell who's doing sponsor reviews on YouTube with watch channels. And they usually follow a pattern. Like, they don't change their videos too much. Like, every watch review has pretty much the same pattern. And they pretty much just repeat the same thing, but just a different watch in hand. Whereas somebody that does not do sponsor reviews, well, they could be doing something with a watch outside, or just the video doesn't have like video effects and sound effects and fancy editing and fancy shots of the watch under artificial lights. And there's a group of watch people in the community that are getting sensitive about sponsor reviews. They're really not too fanatical about them. Like, they just find they're a little bit redundant, I could say. So there is part of the people in the watch community, if there is a watch community, let's just assume there's a watch community, because that's even a question in itself, if there is or not. But assuming there is a watch community, I can kind of see where they're getting a little bit fed up with sponsor reviews. And where it really irritates them is when a channel goes to do a video, a watch channel, but they don't say that it's a sponsor review. So they're going on there telling you, this watch is really great. I've wore this watch for the past week. I could wear it for the rest of my life. It's such a great watch. It does everything and more that I ever hope a watch to do. But they're being gifted and paid to say all that stuff. And naturally, they're not going to be gifted and paid to make a video about a watch and then say, well, it's really no good and I don't like it and it doesn't keep good time and it leaks. You know, they're not going to say that. So, is it a reliable review or not? And a lot of people think it leans on the unreliable review. But the thing is, all really the people in the watch community really want is they want the channels to disclose that it's a sponsor review. So all they really want is the channel to say, okay guys, this is a sponsor review. I'm going to start talking about this watch. Now remember, it's a sponsor review. I'm getting paid or gifted to say this. That's all they really want. And some of the guys like are really fed up about channels that never disclose that it's a sponsor review. So that's really the issue about sponsor reviews. And like I said, I did that a week ago. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Would you buy a watch based on sponsor reviews? But I would say this Laco has good customer service. And it was pretty sure they would, based on how long they've been in business. But now when it gets right down to individual cases, now every case with a customer service, every case, every person, every individual, every case with a company is always an individual thing, right? So they could have great customer service in one regard and maybe in another regard not so great. And it's always good to find out, like I said, before you fork over your money, that's for sure. So any questions you guys have or comments, or be great to hear from you. So thank you for your time.